Welcome to today's lesson on PEMDAS. PEMDAS is an acronym that stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, from left to right, and addition and subtraction, from left to right. It's a fancy way of saying the order in which we solve math problems. Just like we follow traffic rules to avoid accidents, we follow PEMDAS to avoid getting the wrong answer in math. By the end of this lesson, you'll be a PEMDAS pro. Today we will be focusing on three main things. First, we will learn what PEMDAS stands for and what each letter represents. Then, we will practice using PEMDAS to solve real-world problems. Finally, we will discuss why using PEMDAS is important and how it helps us get the correct answer. PEMDAS is like a roadmap that tells us the order of operations to solve a math problem. Just like we follow a map to get to our destination, we follow PEMDAS to get the correct answer. PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, from left to right, addition and subtraction, from left to right. Understanding comes from doing. Don't just watch the examples being solved. Actively work through them yourself. Let's practice using PEMDAS with an example. The problem is 3 times the sum of 2 and 4 squared. We might get the wrong answer if we solve this problem without following PEMDAS. But if we follow PEMDAS, we will get the correct answer. Remember, PEMDAS helps us solve problems accurately without confusion. Following PEMDAS, we first solve what's inside the parentheses, which requires us to add 2 and 4 to get 6. Next, we have 3 times 6 squared. Exponents come before multiplication, so we will square 6 next. Since 6 squared is 36, we now have 3 times 36. Finally, we multiply 36 by 3. This gives us the correct answer of 108. This is just a reminder that we always solve the inner parentheses or exponents first, then multiplication and division from left to right, and finally addition and subtraction from left to right. I know you are eager to see this problem explained. So, let's go. PEMDAS tells us to start with the innermost grouping symbol, so we will multiply 5 by 2 to get 10. Next, we subtract 1 from 10 to get 9. Finally, we divide 81 by 9 to get 9. It is that easy. Try working out the problem independently before watching the video. Like the previous examples, we can solve the expression by following the order of operations PEMDAS, which dictates that we solve parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplication and division from left to right, and finally addition and subtraction from left to right. First, do what is inside the parentheses. Add 4 and 2 to get 6. Then, perform the division. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Finally, we add 10 and 2 to get 12. Pause the video and answer these questions. Take your time and think through them. The answers will be on the next slide. Here are the answers to the review questions. Question number 1, explain PEMDAS. PEMDAS is an acronym for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right. It's a fancy way of saying the order in which we solve math problems. Like traffic rules to avoid accidents, we follow PEMDAS to prevent getting the wrong answer in math. Question 2. What operations are completed first when an expression has multiplication or division? According to PEMDAS, when an expression has both multiplication and division, we perform them from left to right. Whichever operation comes first within the expression gets tackled first. Question 3. What operation is completed first when an expression has addition or subtraction? PEMDAS tells us to solve addition and subtraction from left to right, such as multiplication and division. So, we perform the operations in the order they appear in the expression. Question 4. When there are grouping symbols inside of grouping symbols, like parentheses within brackets, where do you start? PEMDAS emphasizes working inside out. Whenever you encounter grouping symbols like parentheses, brackets, or curly braces, you first solve what's inside them. So, if you have parentheses within brackets, solve the expression inside the parentheses first, then tackle the entire bracketed term according to PEMDAS.